G'day guys, welcome back to another week of building the Santisima Trinidad. This week we'll be planking the lower deck. So the boards will run from cross brace 38 down here all the way down to cross brace 44, which is this one just down here. It's a fraction longer than it needs to be, but that's alright, we can trim that up. We have these marks in the centre of each frame, each brace, just marking the centre so we can start the plank in the correct position. They're 1mm by 4mm planks and very white, which is something I don't like. I've been doing a few tests and I'm going to stain the planks. Where is it? Here it is. This is one I've stained to have a look at. This is Old Baltic with a touch of oak mixed into it, which I don't think looks too bad. Originally, when I bought the ship, I was going to cut the planks to scale with a 3-shift pattern, which the original ship used. The braces are not evenly spaced, which makes it difficult to do that. With the whole, with the salil, the whole deck was a solid piece of plywood that covered all these frames, which made it easy to glue them and place them down onto that deck. So we can't do that on this one. So what the plan is, I'm going to plank as per the instructions along the full length of the frames here. I'm going to come back afterwards and I'm going to use a knife to score the planks at the position that I need to get the correct scale and length along the deck there. We'll create the 3-shift pattern with that. I've already darkened the edge of some of the planks here, just using a pencil to darken it, simulate that caulking look. I'm going to see if I can also tree nail all these planks where the boards would meet. Not sure if they're too narrow or not, but I'm going to give this a go. So yeah, I'll try tree nailing it. I'm guessing all this will take probably most of the video, if not all of it, for this week. And I'll set the camera up now and see if we can get a better angle, and we'll start going from there. Okay, I've worked my way across to the edge of the deck. I haven't filmed all of it because it's very repetitive. The next piece in goes along this edge, and as you can see, I've already notched where it's going to go around each of the frames. I just put it against where it's going to go, use the pencil to mark where the cuts were going to be, and then just gradually notched away at them until I got it pretty well exactly right. So I'll just get some glue and we'll pop this one in place. Okay, now that that's in place, I'm going to continue planking this other side. I won't video that, I'll just keep going over to the edge, and then we'll start putting the smaller planks between the frames. So I'll get to that point and then we'll Okay, we've reached the point where we're going to plank between these frames, as I've done on this side. We'll be doing that over here. First off, I just measure the gap between the frames. Which is, have I got that around the wrong way? Oh, got the camera the opposite way to normal. There we are, 60.27. I'll just get one of the planks that we're going to use on the board, the 1.4 millimeters. And I'm just going to mark each point on the wood here. So I should get a few of them. I'll just see. Okay, I don't think we're going to get one more. Let's have a quick look. No, just short. So we'll discard that piece. So I'll just cut these and then we'll start planking. Okay, I have these cut. We'll just do a test fit, and that's pretty well perfect. So I'll get some glue and we'll start putting these in place. Okay, that completes that side. What I'm going to do is go ahead and I'll do the rest of these off camera because it's exactly the same. Once that's all done, we'll come back and we'll start working out the planks on the deck. As I said earlier, the Santisima had a 3-shift pattern, so we'll work that out, get the correct scale for it, and we'll start on that. Okay, before we do that, we've got to mark where the grating is going to go. So we find the middle, come in 50 millimeters. This is from the bow. From that point, we measure out 26 millimeters. So that's 26 millimeters on this side, 26 millimeters on the other side. And then once we've got that mark, we then have to measure lengthways on the deck another 161 millimeters. And once we close off this rectangle we've just created, the space from the edge of this to the rear of the deck should come out at about 84 millimeters. And yeah, that's correct. Okay, as you can see, I've started working out where I'm going to start each lot of planks. These will be the first lot of plank starting positions. As I said, I'm doing a 3-shift pattern, which the Santisima had. Then second line starts here, third line here. What I have done is, as I just showed, marked out where the grating is going to go, so I don't waste time cutting into the deck or tree nailing it. The Santisima, from what I've read, had 7 metre long planks, which went at 184 scale is 83 millimeters or 8.3 centimeters. So from each of these I'll measure forward 83 millimeters, work out where the end of the plank is, and then I'll mark that. And I've just realised that's not going to work because these 3 frames are not in the correct position. So I'll have to work that out where the new starting position will be. But as I said, each plank will be 83 millimeters, and I'll work my way down the ship and show you with what I come up with. This is where another plank or frame should have been, but naturally it's not there, and if I thought of it I would have put one in myself, but we haven't got it, so I'll just go through again, work out where all these are going to be, and then we'll get back to you. Okay, I've marked out where all the joins and the boards are going to be. I'll just go along now and score each position. Once I come back and stain the deck, you'll tend to find that these scored areas will be darker, and it actually will look like there is that gap between each board. Once I've scored all of these, we'll come back again and we'll start drilling the holes to add the tree nails to the deck. I've worked it out, I think it should look alright. 4mm boards, and I should get at least a decent positioning for each of the holes. So what I'll do is I'll keep going, get the rest of these done, and then we'll come back and look at tree nailing the deck. Okay, now we're going to start drilling the holes for the tree nails. I wasn't happy with the first couple I did. I was doing them sort of like freehand. They don't come out evenly, they didn't look particularly good. So what I've done is I've made up a little jig, which is just a couple of boards stuck together. I marked the line between the planks, drilled 4 holes through it. So all I have to do is line it up on that line on the deck, and then drill through those holes. My hand's getting in the way a bit of the camera. And it comes out pretty well perfect every time. And not only is it a lot neater, it's always also a lot quicker doing it this way. So yeah, as you can see, that's just a lot neater than what we would have if I was doing it freehand, and yeah, as I said, a lot quicker. So I'll continue with the rest of them along the deck, and then we'll come back and start nailing it. Okay, that's completed doing the deck. With that little jig that I made up, this whole deck probably only took 10-12 minutes at the most, and certainly pretty even. I've now got these toothpicks that I'm going to be putting in the holes. Starting off, I'm just going to put it in a jar of walnut stain just to darken those up. Leave them in there for a few minutes. I'll let them dry, and then we'll start placing them into the holes that we've drilled along the deck. Okay, as you can see, I've started adding the toothpicks to the deck. I'm just dabbing them in a little bit of white glue, and it's probably a little bit too much on that one, but yeah, just use a little bit of white glue on the end, stick them in the holes. I've seen a lot of people using CA glue to do this, but I don't like using CA glue near the deck, because when you stain it, if you haven't rubbed it out properly, it leaves strange marks, light and dark patches, and it doesn't look particularly good. I have seen this done on a number of other people's builds, and I really like the effect it gives in the end. There's a channel that I have a link to in the description, Home Harbour. He's done it on one of his ships, and I thought it looked really good. It's a great channel if you want to check it out. Roma does a fantastic job on his ships. So yeah, it's going to take a while to put all these in. I guess I'm using this as a bit of a practice for the main deck, because a lot of this deck is obscured, so you're not going to see a great deal of it. So it's a good chance to practice, get the tree nailing right, and then when I do the main deck, it should come out really well, hopefully. So I'll continue with the rest of the toothpicks going in, and then once that's done, we'll start cutting them off and sanding them down. Okay, they're all in place. They've dried, so I'm just going to go over them now with a pair of snips, cut them as close to the deck as I can. They won't be flush, they'll be a millimetre or so above, which will go back and sand when we're ready. Okay, I'll keep going with these because it will take a while. Once this is done, we'll come back and we'll start sanding this deck. Okay, they're all done. As I said, they're sticking a little bit up from the deck. We're going to go through now and sand this down. I'm just going to use, what have I got? I think it's an 80 grit paper on this sander. Go over it, get it level with the deck, and then I'll go back over it with a 240 or 400 paper just to make it a bit smoother. So we'll start that now. Okay, so we've sanded that deck down. As you can see the individual points for the nails now actually come up really well, I think. I've just left this little area in the middle which we're going to paint next, and that's just where the grating will go over. As far as the deck goes, I used 80 grit, then 120 and then 400 to finish it off. So I'll get the paint ready and we'll start that. Okay, so we're just going to stain the deck now. As I said before, I'm using an old Baltic stain with just a touch of oak mixed into it. On the test pieces I've done, it actually has looked quite good. So hopefully we'll get the same effect on the actual deck, which we should. Not sure yet whether I'll have to do 2 layers or 1, but one thing that I have noticed is where we cut the planks earlier, you can actually see they have darkened up with the stain in them to give them the look that they are separate plank pieces. So yeah, I'm not sure whether I probably will have to sand it a little when it's finished, because just early on I can see the tree nails have actually swollen up a little bit with the tint on them, so I'll probably have to sand them back a little anyway. So yeah, if this turns out as well as I expect, I'll definitely do the same thing on the main deck. It will just naturally take longer, but yeah, so far I'm getting the idea that this isn't going to look too bad. Okay, we'll just let that dry, see how it comes out, whether it needs a sand or a second coat. And yeah, once we know that, I'll come back and we'll wrap this video up. Okay, that completes that. I ended up putting 2 coats on, and then I gave it a light sand because the tree nails seem to absorb the stain a little bit, so I just gave it a bit of a sand and it's come up all right. One mistake I did make, this black should have come over 1 more plank, so that's something that I'll fix between now and next week. And then on top of that, we'll be putting the grading that goes over there. Also we'll have some more frames to put above this deck to support the top deck. There's also some bits and pieces that we have to start putting onto the bow. So I hope you join me next week. Cheers.